Today on Running to Him, jealousy blinds us. Well, if you're joining us in going through the books of Ezra, Nehemiah, and Esther, today's reading is Esther chapter 5, verses 9 through 14, and we'll be concentrating on verses 9 and 10 and verse 13. Then Haman went out that day glad and pleased of heart. But when Haman saw Mordecai in the king's gate, and that he did not stand up or tremble before him, Haman was filled with anger against Mordecai. Haman controlled himself, however, and went to his house and sent for his friends and his wife Zeresh. And then verse 13, yet all of this does not satisfy me every time I see Mordecai the Jew sitting at the king's gate. Well, Haman had a problem. Xerxes had made him second only to himself, and yet that was not enough. Haman bragged about his personal riches, yet that was not enough. And Haman had a maid, and yet that was not enough. Yet he was skilled enough to control his outward rage of his emotion. Now, in many of our cities today, we are seeing the exact opposite reaction of Haman's control. There is uncontrolled rage in many of our cities, and these people are people who cannot control their anger, yet both Haman and the groups destroying our cities are really acting out of jealousy. Haman was jealous that a poor old man would not bow down before him. Those destroying our cities are jealous of those who have a little more than they do. Now, I was listening to an interview of a person who was raging against the wealth of Jeff Bezos and other multi-billionaires. Yet, as she was raging, she was holding a cup of Starbucks coffee. She went to a business controlled by one of the wealthiest businessmen in the world, and yet plunked down $5 at least for something which just cost a few pennies. When asked why she didn't go to the local donut store and get coffee for much less, she railed even more about the rich. She really didn't care about anything except Bezos and his friends having more than she did or her friends did, and she contributed to that person's wealth. She was controlled by simple jealousy. Haman's wife came up with her own jealous solution. She wanted him to build a massive gallows and make Mordecai an example so that everyone would know who just Haman was. She was unable to control her jealousy, and she proposed murder. Now, we as Christians should work very hard not to be controlled by our passion of jealousy, or any other passion for that matter. Some of these megachurches display their passions to satisfy their lust and desire for importance. Jealousy blinds us. We can't see that they are destroying our relationship with God by us desiring something He has seen not fit to give us for whatever reason. Eve chose to eat because of jealousy. Adam ate because he agreed with Eve. Look at where it got them and us. For listening. We pray that today's devotion was meaningful to you. We would love to hear from you. If you listen to us on Facebook or YouTube, please like, subscribe, share, and tell others about us. You can always email us at phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.